This is a brand new way of installing Fedora 37 official on M1 or M2 Mac using VMware Fusion 13. VMware Fusion brings support for Apple Silicon Mac that allows the installation of Fedora Linux inside a virtual machine. To install Fedora inside a virtual machine using VMware, you need to reserve a free space of 30 GB or higher on your Apple Silicon Mac. That being said, it's time to start installing Fedora on Apple Silicon Mac using VMware Fusion. Just go ahead, open your favorite browser and head over to this link. VMware Fusion is free to use for personal computing. You can also buy the premium version based on your demand. Let's scroll down and click on Register for a personal use license. It should take you to this page. Create a user account if you don't have one. In my case, I have an account and I choose to log in. Once you're logged in, under the download section, you will see VMware Fusion 13 for Apple Silicon and the license key. Just go ahead, copy the free license key and download the DMG file. Then head over to the Fedora website, choose Fedora Workstation Official, then scroll over here, choose Arch64 ISO and download. By the time of recording this video, Fedora 37 is the latest release. Now once it's done downloading these two files, place them somewhere on your computer for easier navigation. Then go ahead, double click on the VMware Fusion and follow the on-screen instructions and install it. Now using the free license key, activate the VMware Fusion. Now go ahead and permit VMware to use the system accessibility features. Then restart the VMware Fusion. Now click on Install from Disk or Image and import Fedora ISO. Now click on Continue. VMware Fusion is smart enough to determine the preset of the operating system. Now as you can see, this is the summary of the Fedora virtual machine. Just go ahead and choose to customize settings, name the virtual machine and click on Save. Now using the settings of the virtual machine, choose processors and memory, then increase the CPU cores to 4 for better performance. I'm going to allocate the 4 gigs of RAM for Fedora, then choose a hard disk and increase the size of the virtual disk based on your usage. Now by default, VMware allocates 20 GB of free space for any guest OS. Now once it's done, start the virtual machine by clicking on the play button. Keep in mind, when you click inside a virtual machine, the cursor control will be bounded to the guest OS. To release, press the Control and Command keys to get the control of the cursor back to the host OS. Now choose the second option to boot into the installation screen. Now using the welcome screen, choose to install it on the hard drive. Go ahead and set the system language. Then select Installation Destination. Under the drive selection, choose the VMware Virtual Disk and set the storage configuration to automatic and click on Done. You need to do it one more time if the installer fails to load the installation destination. Once it's done, click on Begin the installation. It may take some time, so sit back and relax and grab some drinks. Once the installation is complete, click on Finish Installation and Reboot. You don't have to unmount the ISO. VMware Fusion will do it automatically for us. And voila, now you can see the welcome screen. Just go ahead and create a user account to start using Fedora Linux. Now, as you can see, we are running the latest version of Fedora Linux inside a virtual machine on an Apple Silicon Mac. The first thing that I did after installing Fedora Linux was using the native screen resolution, and then I scaled the display by 200%. Then I noticed the text and UI elements look very sharp and easy on the eyes. But the screen resolution will be changed if you switch between the guest and host OS. This is only happening when using the VLAN session. Then I switch to Xarc and voila, now you can see the VM uses the full native screen resolution. Also, the main caveat with VMware is that it uses software rendering and you won't see any animations or transitions, which is kinda bummer. Apart from that, the software rendering is doing its job perfectly. You won't face any lag or hiccups in terms of performance. The UI feels very responsive and faster, and most of the pre-installed applications and tools are working fine without any issues. Unfortunately, I could not able to install VMware tools that will enable hardware acceleration, directory sharing, and more. If anyone of you has a solution, let me know in the comment section down below. Other than that, with the help of clipboard sharing, you can copy and paste the text between the guest and host OS. And lastly, I tried installing VS Code and guess what? It works fine. Now, if in case you decide to delete or remove Fedora Linux, shut down the virtual machine, then using the menu bar from the top, choose Window, Virtual Machine Library, then right-click on the Fedora Linux, choose to delete and move to trash. This will free up the space on macOS. And that's pretty much it. This is how you install official Fedora Linux on any Mac with Apple Silicon using VMware Fusion. Thanks for watching this video. This has been KSK Ryle. I will see you in the next one.